What up, what up, what up, what up? It's me, L Teddy 27.
Good as night, right about the hood.
Oh, dear God, I'm already eating a drink.
Look a damn mess, just a damn mess. No means no, and yes means no. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What's up? What's up? It is me. I'm L Teddy 27, and I am back for another review. This is going to be our review, ladies and gentlemen, for Bling Empire. This is season 1, and we will be reviewing episode 7 entitled Kevin and Kane Take Charleston, as well as episode 8 entitled Will You Marry Me? We're going to get this out of the way. Listen, the same enthusiasm that I had episodes 1, 2, and 3, I don't have that same enthusiasm. It has really been laborious to make it through to the end of the season. But we're here. Let's get through this. Knock it down. Y'all can get in the comment section and disagree with me and tell me what you liked or don't like, or didn't like, I should say. We can argue, but it'll be done. All right, so we start off with Anna in the beginning of episode 7. You have Anna. Anna invites Kelly and Cherie to her house. Cherie brings her daughter Jador, and it's real cute. Jador playing and stuff like that. Anna and Cherie start to talk to Kelly, and they ask Kelly, if she's seen Red Ranger, Andrew, since the split up or whatever. And she lies and said, "No, I haven't seen him. I've just been doing my own thing, whatever, honey." She doesn't want to have to explain herself or explain why she's a poor decision maker and why she's doing all of the wrong things in life. So she's just going to continue to lie. She doesn't want to have to justify her actions. I mean, there is no justification for stupid decisions and actions, but whatever. Kim, we did see Kim goes to see her mother and stepfather. Y'all know I don't see it for her. I can't stand her. I hate her. I hate everything about her. I don't want to talk about her telling her parents all about how the PI found her dad so bad. I don't care. I don't care about her. I don't care about her and her tears and all this. Child, moving on. Kevin goes over to Anna's house, and Kevin tells Anna that he thinks that Kelly is back with Red Ranger. And so they decide that Anna is going to call Kelly and just ask her point blank, "Yeah, are you with Red Ranger? Because I heard y'all back together." So Anna calls Kelly, and Kelly, of course, lies again. And she swears up and down, "No, I swear I'm not. I promise you, I'm not seeing him." Girl, it is not that deep. Girl, if you want to make bad decisions and get fucked by somebody who's, verbally abusive, and I would venture to guess he might be physically abusive. You a grown ass woman. You can make that decision. You don't owe nobody no answer. That's between you and what you can put up with or whatnot. I also found it funny, when they got to Anna's phone, how Kevin said, "Girl, you got 83 missed calls and like 79 voicemails." Now, I get like that sometimes. I can understand Anna. I get sometimes where I just go through the day and I say, "I'm not answering my damn phone." Okay? No, I'm not answering it. Now, voicemail, listen, I go months without checking my voicemails. Like, I literally can go 3 or 4 months, not check my voicemails, not clear them out. And every time you try and call, leave a voicemail, it's probably going to say, "The voicemail is currently full." Mm-mm. So I understood Anna, but Kevin was also shocked. While I don't necessarily answer my phone and voice messages, one of my pet peeves is seeing like the little notification at the top of your phone or on the actual icon showing you got 3 unread. So I hate seeing that. So I always have to clear it out because I just hate seeing the little notification at the top. I don't know, of stuff that's pending. Anyway, Kelly swears up and down that she ain't seeing Red Ranger. She does become very defensive about it, and they pick up on that and they say, "Listen, she's only being that defensive because we must be, getting toward the truth. The truth of the matter is she must be still seeing Red Ranger," and so forth. Back at Kane's house, Kevin comes over and gets in a vibrator chair. I guess, maybe they just got through, bussing each other down. Kevin came over just, to hang out with his friend. And he's in the vibrator chair. Kane makes Kevin take off his shoes. I noticed that he had this real big thing with Kevin about, "Oh, you're Asian and in our culture, you take off your shoes at the door and this, that, and the third." Kim came over and he let that whore wear her shoes. And she was like, "You don't want me to take off my shoes?" And he was like, "No." I was like, "That's disrespectful, Kane," but whatever. They discussed the situation about Kim and her biological father. I fast forwarded. Um, Apparently something about they got information about the biological father staying in South Carolina. This, that, and the third. Um, Kevin does this thing where he calls the number that the PR gave them and left a message and said, "Listen, I'm looking for Tony, and if this is Tony, this is Kevin. Give me a call at this number. Dot 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 dot. And I'd really like to get in contact with you." And he saved it in his phone as possible Tony because Tony is the name that they got for Kim's father. So then, Kate and Kevin, unbeknownst to Kim, discuss just taking a trip, getting a private jet, taking a trip, and going over to South Carolina to meet the dad, get as much information they could about the dad, and bring it back to Kevin. I mean, bring it back to Kim. Um, Anna, we then see Anna hanging out with her best friend Florent, and it's his birthday week, and they're hanging out in LA, having a good time, acting like little kids and stuff like that. Kelly comes through, and Anna confronts Kelly and about whether or not she's with Red Ranger. And Kelly lies again because Kelly's like, "Listen, stop asking me. I told y'all no, that's it." Anna then tells Kelly asks Anna, "Well, where's this rumor coming from? Who y'all getting this from?" Hold on, y'all know my fat self needed a snack. I saw it over there, and I got hungry. So Kelly asked Anna, "Hey, I'm sick of talking about this. Where's this rumor coming from? Where you get this from?" Anna says, "Kevin told me." I think that was real messy, Anna. You shouldn't have told Kelly that it was Kevin. But that's how rich, privileged people are. They feel like they can do whatever and get away with whatever, and they don't have no rules. Because I noticed how the police told her to get her stinking ass off the goddamn road, off the little hover around thing, and she paid him dust and no mind and kept going. And the police allowed her. Now, had my black ass did that, baby, they would have tackled me to the ground, and I would have been inhaling gasoline off the asphalt. A mess. Anyway, Kelly got upset when she learned that it was Kevin that told the rumor to Anna. I probably would have been upset too because Kevin has no way of knowing that, but he's just perpetuating a rumor. Now it is true, but he don't know that. He's just being a messy queen. Anna throws a birthday party for Florent. Everybody comes. The guy came with his husband. He sees Kane go upstairs to go get Anna, and this disrespectful ass son of a bitch. It says to Kane, "I'm coming up there too." And Kane was like, "No, you know the history between you and Anna. You know Anna don't see it for you. You know you already had an issue when you went in that woman's room before." He says, "Well, fuck it, I'm going." He takes it upon himself to say, "Well, I'm going up there anyway." Girl, it couldn't have been me. Even though Kane told him not to go, he still went up there. Mm-mm. Anna, you better than me. We then see Kevin and Kane at the party. They have a sit down and they talk. Kevin tells Kane about the little hypnotherapy that he went to where the lady was playing with his head and he was playing in our faces, talking about he remembered when he was still a fetus in his mother's womb. Girl, I don't believe none of that. But anyway, they he brings up how just knowing, even though he knew that his mother had rejected him and why, it gave him some kind of closure, and that would be good for Kim to have closure. So they concoct this plan to go to South Carolina and meet Kim's dad and so forth. We talked about that earlier. Now they're gonna do all of this, but not tell Kim none of it. Um, because they know what's best. She know what's best for herself. That's where it gets kind of out of control. Because first of all, if you go and do all of that, and I ain't tell you to do that, and you go meddle in some stuff that's still a real sensitive situation with me, that's gonna be a deal breaker for us in terms of friends. Like you just can't be doing that, especially when you're involving yourselves in matters of people's family and personal lives. You're overstepping. I understand the show, this, that, and the third, but you're overstepping. Kane lets Kevin talk him into this. Mind you, Kevin ain't got two nickels to rub together to get a plane ticket, private jet, or anything to go over there, but he's making all of these suggestions. Anyway, Kane said, well, if we go, I don't want no responsibility. And Kevin says, that's fine. I'll take all responsibility. It's my fault. I could. Christine shows up at the party late because Anna didn't want it with her. Anna said, I'm going to invite her because that's part of my contract with this show. But that don't mean I got to spend that much time with that hoe. The party start at 7. It ends at 10. I'm going to tell that bitch the party started at 9. By the time Christine got there, everybody was getting ready to go. And it was like, good, because I didn't want to see the whole event. I ain't mad at it. She had a personalized invitation made for Christine just to make sure that hoe ain't come on time. But Christine, you messed up. Because if you going somewhere and you know all your friends going, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to call your friends and say, girl, what time you going? And had you heard that your friend said, oh, I'm going to be there at 8, and you like, but wait a minute, the party started at 9, you would have then verified that their invitation said a different time than yours. Girl, whatever. At least that's what I do with my friends. If we all went to the same party and we not riding together, I'm be like, girl, what time you get now? Or they going to call me and say, girl, what time you get now? Because you don't want to be at some party with a bunch of people you don't know. You want to kind of get there with your friends so you have your crew, so you have somebody to talk to. Or if something shake down, you got your people. Kevin and Kane, they go to Charleston, South Carolina, where they believe that Kim's father is. The whole situation, when they first got there and they saw the guy with the Confederate flag and Kane wanted to take a picture with it, was uncomfortable for me. It took me some places, triggered me a little bit. I was very uncomfortable with that. I'll let it go, but you can fill in the blanks because Kane seemed a little too comfortable saying, oh, I'm here for the Confederate flag. And even Kevin was like, bro, you can't be doing that. Not in the South. And it's so disrespectful for you not to know an area and for Kane to be somebody who's so much about tradition and knowing the history of his culture and his, and being Asian and this, that, and the third, and for you to be so negligent about the history of the Confederate flag and what it means to the country, especially in the South, that was disrespectful. I'm gonna let it go because I could go some places, but we ain't gonna do that. They go to what they say or believe is the house where the address they have for the house where Kim's dad lives. Nobody there, so they just start peeping through people's windows. That's how bitches get shot or go to jail. Cause what kind of fucked up ass neighbors do these people got? Let me tell you what kind of fucked up ass neighbors. They let Kane and Kevin snoop around each person in the apartment, look through the windows long enough where they could see the pictures on the walls and stuff was of Asian people. And so they thought that was the house. They go to the neighbor, asking him if he knows who lives over there. The neighbor gives him all the information he needs. Oh, nobody named Tony lives there. That's Michael. Michael worked at the nail shop. Michael do this, Michael do that, Michael is Matt. Gave him all his background information. Girl, y'all might as well have given Kevin and Kane his social security number and all. A mess. This is why you don't get friendly with certain neighbors. A mess. They call the guy on the phone because I think the neighbor gave him the phone number too. The guy says, this is not Tony. My name is Michael. My name ain't never been Tony. He said he don't know who no Tony is. He don't know who no Kim Lee is. Kane and Kevin don't believe him. They got so many unanswered questions, but they think that it's him. So they decide that they're so they were so he works at the nail shop. They're gonna go find all the nearest nail shop. They go to the nail shop, and the guy's there, and the guy was like, he was Vietnamese. He was like, at one time I did live in Long Beach, California, but I don't know no Kim Lee. Sends them away. They don't believe no parts of him. They believe this is Kim's dad, so forth and so on. They at the hotel. I'm sorry, the Airbnb. And so forth. Then back in LA, we see Kelly goes to Red Ranger. Kelly and Red Ranger meet up somewhere. I don't know if they were at Kelly's house or at Red Ranger's house. They was at one of their house. So they talk about how he moved into a new spot or whatever. And Kelly tells him that she did go on a date with Kevin. And he was upset and hurt by it, but he ain't act on it, at least not on camera. He let it go. And I really think he's trying to play nice until he gets back in with her. Like most people like this, most abusers are like that. They'll stop the abuse as long as you're away. And then when they feel like they got you to a point where they know you back in the fold, they're back in the saddle, they'll start right back with the abuse. Back in South Carolina, they ain't believe the man. They are adamant that the dude is Kim's father. They're at the Airbnb. They're trying to figure it all out. They're all tired and so forth. Then Kevin gets a call from that number that he saved in his phone called Possible Tony. And a woman answers. And the woman says, "Are you looking for Tony?" And episode 7 kind of goes off from there. Then we get to episode 8, which is "Will You Marry Me?" So then we start off by seeing Kevin and Kane still in South Carolina. They talk to the woman on the phone. The woman tells them that she is Tony's wife. It is Tony. He did have a daughter named Kim. He did love his daughter. He knew about his daughter staying in California. However, he's dead. He's been dead 2 years. He had, I believe, did he have diabetes or high blood pressure? He had something. But anyway, he ended up having a heart attack and dying. He's been dead about 2 years. And then Kevin and Kay, after they got off the phone with the lady, and the lady did say that, he did love his daughter. He was proud of his daughter and so forth. They were like, they don't know how they're going to break this news to Kim. So Kevin and Kim go back to LA. They go to Kim's house and they tell her everything that they learned and found, everything that happened in South Carolina. Kim is upset at first, but then she's kind of glad that now she knows something. I don't know if I would have took it that easily. I would have been more so mad at them because I had not even said to you that I was even at the point where I had mentally and emotionally gotten to the point where I could entertain that or grapple with that. And so now I have to all of a sudden in one fell swoop deal with the fact that y'all went over there without permission and try to find my dad. But now you have this horrific news and now it's a double whammy. Now I got to deal with that as well, which is a whole different set of emotions and feelings that she has to get through. And that's a mess. Christine and Cherie, they go to get pedicures. So Cherie is lamenting and commiserating about the fact that Jesse has not proposed to her, and she's talking about all the times that she thought he was going to propose to her and he never did, and she's like, when is it ever going to happen? So Cherie talks to Christina, starts pondering whether or not she should propose to Jesse. Now she admits that to Christina, I don't know that he'll take it well because that's not how traditional Asian men do it, and it probably will make him very angry. But she says, I'm willing to throw caution to the wind and do it because I can't keep going without being married. I guess. Christine invites Kevin and Kane to go to Las Vegas, and they're gonna meet Cherie out there. So Christina chartered the private jet. They go out to Vegas. Jamie meets them out there, and they shop till they drop. All the shopping. So eventually, we see the sit-down conversation between Jamie, Christine, and Kane, and they're talking about being the children of wealthy, well-to-do, rich Asians, and how they are, as young adults, they were expected to work, earn their own living, earn their own way, and earn their own money, even though their parents had money. And so Jamie is like, because she's still very young, she's like, I hope my dad doesn't do that because she knows she ain't earning her way. She just spending all her daddy money, even though she does earn money with little, gigs and stuff she do. I think she said she made like $40,000 or something like that. She made, and Christine was like, girl, I ain't gonna even pay for your outfit that you wore last, they ain't gonna even pay for your outfits or whatever. So, Jamie is like, I just hope my dad isn't like your parents were with you all. I mean, it doesn't hurt. You see, Kane made a way for himself. Christina made a way for herself by getting bust down by somebody rich. So, like Christine, marry an ugly rich man and get bust down and have a baby and call it a day. Mm-hmm. Since you don't want to do nothing. Since you don't want to have no real job. So, we then have Cherie and Jesse throw a 100-day party for their baby, Javon. I'm telling you, Javon, the name Javon does not give me rich, well-off, wealthy Asian. It gives me Javon, who stayed down the street from me, who still owe me $20 for that bag that I bought for him that one time. Anytime. Anyway, so Cherie is everybody's at the party. Everybody's at the party. You know how they do. They do parties on a grand scale. This ain't no little baby party. This is better than any adult party I ever seen. So Cherie tells Christina that, listen, it's going down today. I'm proposing to him today, whether or not he likes it. I was like, okay. Kelly then talks to Kevin and admits to Kane and Kevin that she has been seeing Red Ranger and that they have made out and so forth and so on. They ain't together, but they've been seeing each other and making out. Kim, we see her talks to Christine about the loss of her father, and there was a conversation I had earlier when Jamie, Christine, and Kane were sitting down talking about parenting, how Christine's dad had cut her off and she hadn't seen her dad in years and years and years. And so when Kim talked about the loss of her father, Christine is talking about how maybe she needs to reconnect with her dad because, if he dies, you can't get that time back. So we then see Anna and her BFF, Florent. They're there. And Christine asks him to tell, because he's a jewelry expert. And they're all sitting at the table. They were like, everybody's sitting around the table. And Christine whispers over to Florent, can you tell who has good and bad jewelry? Like, if you go around the table, give me a thumbs up and thumbs down. Maybe they got to Kelly, and he said, oh, that's fake. That's fake. And Kelly's around here showing people all her jewelry. And he was like, girl, that's fake. I was like, ooh. 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 Well, then. We then see Anna, there was this whole conversation with everybody, and they agreed that Anna and Kim needed to talk to each other and squash the little beef from the penis pump situation. So Kim apologized. Kim comes over and apologizes to Anna, but then in her confessional, she sounded as if Anna had done her wrong with, like, I don't normally give people second chances when they're wrong. And I'm looking like, bitch, if anything, you see, this is why I told y'all I stand firm in the fact that I can't stand this bitch, Kim, and the bitch ain't shit. Child. She's a whole that Kim is a whole ass. That's why I don't be caring about her little crocodile tears. I don't care. Cherie, at the end, Cherie does propose to Jesse. They had this big little speech or whatnot. Nah, he was like, I didn't know we was gonna be giving a speech. She was like, yeah, let me do this. She proposes to him. He does say yes, but he looked a little reluctant in that yes. And so I don't know if he said yes just for the cameras in the show. He looked a little reluctant. So now everybody has this newfound courage after watching Cherie have the courage to propose to Jesse. So I guess Kane says that this proposal encouraged him to live in his truth. Girl, live in your truth. Wait, what? When have you been out of your truth? Girl, go sit down somewhere, Kane. You and your little charade. We weren't buying you and your little charade from the first time we saw you prance up on screen. Girl, go sit down somewhere, Kane, okay? So then you see him trying to get Florent's number. Are you only getting Florent's number because you want him to join the threesome and be a threesome with you and Kevin? You trying to have a throuple? Because if you expect me to believe that you and Kevin are not fucking. Anyway, I mean, child, he exchanged numbers with Florent because I guess he looking for a third to him and Kevin. They have the little closing montage where everybody talk about where they go from here and how they're going to, be different people, this, that, and the third, how they've changed. The show ends with everybody leaving the 100-day party for the baby. Everybody's going their separate ways in their wonderful ball gowns and costumes and jewelry and whatever. Kelly leaves that and immediately goes over to Red Ranger's house so he can bust her down. And it goes off from there with her walking into Red Ranger's house, him closing the door, closing credits. A mess. And that was the whole season. I was very excited for the show from the beginning, and then that went away. I think it went away when I realized that Anna was just going to sit there and let them punk her. I have no real retaliation against him, against Guy, and against Christine. More so Kim and Guy. I lost respect for you, Anna. But yeah, it kind of lost me the second half of the season. The first half of the season I was here for. The second half, it was like, same old, same old. Nobody's really doing anything. I was like, yeah. So it was what it was. Y'all let me know what y'all think of Bling Empire. That was the whole first season. We'll see if there's a second season. We'll see if we'll review it. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. I'm out.